Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kadampa Center. Based on the instructions of our teachers, including His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and Geshe Gelek, we begin our session this morning with a brief meditation on compassion, followed by some prayers that will be led by Venerable Lama. These are to prepare our mind in the same way that we prepare the soil before casting seeds, so that our minds are more receptive for the teachings that are to follow. These are the practices that help us focus and concentrate our mind so that we get the most benefit from what's to follow. So we have a bunch of distinguished meditators up here at the front of the Gampa. Very glad to have you here. And you can begin by, we'll just take a couple deep breaths from our stomach to settle our minds. We're not going to meditate too long so people don't get fidgety. And Lama Zopa Rinpoche, the spiritual director of the FPMT, the organization to which we belong, has said that we should always start our sessions by generating compassion. Compassion being the wish that all beings, without exception, be free from suffering. And we may have a little bit of that in our mind right now, or it may be the farthest thing from our mind, but our teachers tell us that we can actually develop that quality by meditating upon it and thinking about it. Compassion is, there's some interesting work being done these days, the difference between compassion and empathy. But compassion is not just feeling another person's suffering, but it's the active wish that all beings be free from suffering. We had a visiting teacher many years ago, Geshe Danyo. He said something that I've always remembered. He said, even though when we're compassionate, we're aware of the suffering of others and we understand it, the more compassionate we are, the happier our mind is. This is a very positive quality. Though it's mixed with sadness, it ultimately is an uplifting quality. So the first step in developing compassion is to see all beings as equally worthy of happiness. Right now we tend to divide people into those that we like and those that we don't like and those that we're indifferent to. So the necessary base of compassion is seeing all others as equally worthy of happiness and ultimately enlightenment. Not just the people we like, but all living beings. So let's just sit quietly for a minute or two and see if we can develop a little bit of that equanimity of mind towards others. Begin to see how everyone, even the people who are most irritating, who seem to be the most off track, is worthy of happiness, is worthy of being free of suffering. So we'll just think along those lines for a couple minutes and then do our prayers. And having established that basis for the teachings that are to follow, I will toss the mic to our Omse.
It's on page 34 in the Gold Prayer Book. Turn to page 34, and we will chant the mantra for Shakyamuni Buddha. If you have the white binder and not the Gold Prayer Book, please turn to the page that's titled Kadampa Center Prayers. And when we come to the Medicine Buddha stand, it's on the blue sheet for those who have the white binder. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispeller of disease and the three poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Now let's read the four measurables in English 3 times. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. Now turn to page 37. And at the bottom you see 2 mantras. So first we'll say Chenresik's mantra 8 times, and he's the embodiment of all the Buddha's great compassion and wisdom. And then Green Tara's mantra 7 times. She's the deity of enlightened activity. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om tare tu re soha. 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 Okay, the children are welcome
wait,
to
if the
go
children
through.
could stay for just a minute,
Oh, okay.
we'll have a brief presentation. We want to say thank you to Christy Batts for her incredible work again in for Kadampa Family Camp, which was just a huge success. So, Christy, if you could come up, Geshe has a gift for you. Thank you very much.
We love you, President.
One of the biggest prayer in the world.
Now,
Hey, Olivia.
Good morning. Maybe please 1 minute introduction, please. 1 minute introduction for you, 1 minute nap for me. Amula. 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 In English, there's like points for Sunday teaching. You have one of them.
Well, you're doing the 7 lines.
Yeah, maybe somebody there, maybe Robbie has. It has all the points. All the points. Namaste. Geshe Gelek. Konde. Konpe.
유연이
Oh.
그다 샤고 뒤게 줘.
Koshi.
Greenswater.
나 데일리 저다 로 니슈도 줘. 로 니슈.
유연이 쇼.
내 쳐줘. 로 니슈.
별로 가네지.
그래 먹어야 가자. 간제.
야,
간제.
나샤 군부리.
아, 왜? 아, 네. 아마 되니. 아마 저거. 또 저거.
야,
또 저거. 또 저거. 아마. 아니, 내 앞에 줘. 그 그리스 뭐 그때 주어인데 봐. 그때 주어인데.
나. 내가 찍지.
아니 나가 배줘 아무도 나가 배줘 이게 가서 저 내가 가서 저 이거 말 이거 말 무슨 맛이 이 가장 싫어진다. 이제만 나가 지 들리죠. 마지막에 물 맛이
We are Sherpa, so my dad can understand Tibetan, but I don't.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So maybe one time you will come to my house.
Oh, sure. Okay, yes.
Para dar
낭비 시스템 봐. 야, 그렇지. 그러니까 한테도 체리가 숨으니 내내 하고구만. 나 그때 옛날 하고.
나 갈비를 먹었다고 갈비.
비중 가지고
나
비중 휴원이
나
잡아요.
잡아님 어디 말이야. 아니지 도와 아니 소리 잡아님 어디 말이야. भाई पाला धर्म एक बुलाने को खाना लगी यो एड्रेस राखी एड्रेस अनि प्रिन्स बोला Very sorry to interrupt your wonderful conversation. Yeah, last few Sundays I've been explaining the teaching composed by Geshe Chekawa. It's called 7-point mind training text. It's like called Lojong mind training text. 7-point mind training text. So now, topic that I discussed last Sunday is like bodhicitta. Does any ring bell? Any ring? Bodhicitta. This is a Sanskrit word. Bodhi means bodhi refers to fully enlightenment. Or chitta, that the mind. Or changjuk is same. Changjuk is changjuk enlightenment. Same in Tibetan word. Same is mind, the desire for fully enlightenment. For what? To benefit, that's all. To benefit, nothing. Not to convert somebody to some other religion, no. It's just to benefit, that's all. Whom every breathing living being, nobody excluded, everybody included. Every breathing living being is included. So you wish fully enlightenment just to benefit them, that's all, not to change their lifestyle, just to benefit them, whatever ways. Even like say, even playing with the kids, children, doesn't look like meditations, it's just to benefit, that's all. No, it doesn't. So my like, why achieve enlightenment? Oh, it's kind of complicated to help. Everybody has different thinking, different interests. Therefore, it's very hard to please every single being on this planet. Is it easy to please or hard to please? Even though you get enlightened, fully enlightened, some people will be out there not happy about you. Even though you are fully enlightened, every single being should be separate for your enlightenment, but that's not the case. Because there's different interests, different thinking, way of thinking, different ideas, different opinions. That's why, not because you are doing something wrong. So that's the reality. So bodhicitta, okay, bodhicitta. So now back to bodhicitta. Otherwise, I'll be carried out by my own stories, far from the books. Said the book never finished. In order to develop the bodhicitta is the mind, altruistic attitude, the mind that wish happiness for every single breathing living beings. See? Yeah, it's very powerful mind. It's very powerful mind. Cherishing other, and like cherishing other, cherishing others. It's like indirectly cherishing yourself, cherishing other. It's the door to all the happiness. It's unlocked door to all the happiness. Cherishing other. Changing. Cherishing other. So before do that. So what we need to do, practically what we need to do, we need to develop universal compassion, called Ninja Chenpo. We need to develop compassion, Ninja Chenpo. So then, not just that, then that's called extraordinary compassion. So that is the compassion that says, I myself will liberate or maybe free every breathing living being from sufferings, problems, complications. See, in Buddhism, suffering doesn't mean pain. It simply means complication. Everything comes with the complications. This body comes with the complications. Your own mind comes with the complications. Wonderful leather sofa comes with the complications. Cute kitten comes with the complications. If you don't have one, you don't know. If you have one, then you know. There's so many things involves cutting nails, cleaning the hairs, showering. All this has a lot of complications. So then see everything. So so that needs to be understood. So not just you, everybody else, everything you see. Complications. It has complications, no problems. Nobody, unless you liberate yourself for good, so then you have no more complications. Other than that, no matter how we look, how well we dress, doesn't matter. Everybody has problems. So, in order to develop universal compassion, you have to understand the situations of every breathing living being situation, including yourself. Shukta choshi junjichis. Shukta is not just as the choshi for creek. For creek. For creeks. Yeah, not for creeks. Creek. So the creeks. For rivers. Don't you call creeks?
Yes.
A creek is a tiny stream, is a tiny river.
Tiny rivers?
Yes,
Oh.
a creek is a tiny stream, which is a tiny
Oh, not this, not tiny. It's big. It's called. Then what do you call? What do you call? It's big. Called river. Yeah, four like strong, not just river, strong rivers. Oh, Chuda Choshi, Junchiches. Oh. Otherwise, compassion won't just grow out of nothing. It has to have object, you know. You have to understand the situations. If you think, oh, that she is good, she is fine, he is fine, probably, you know, then it's hard to develop compassion. Each and every one of us, oh, Chuoshi, Junjichis, we are carried out by these four great rivers, four strong rivers. Chienga Nachi, birth, aging, sicknesses, death. No? So that Dogaleji, Chiwa Tambe dams. First we have to understand the situations. If somebody is having pain, then you may able to develop some kind of sympathy, empathy, whatever you call compassion, because you see that person is having some pain. So that's the object of compassion. If somebody is healthy, you know, running, like looks very good, it's hard to develop compassion. That means our understanding of trouble or complication doesn't go very deep. That's why you can't develop compassion. That's why universal compassion is impossible to develop. It just becomes the word between your lip, mere word. That's all. Universal compassion, universal peace. You know, harmonious society is only lived between the word between lip. Dogaliji Chuma, not just, you know, but like I say, carry out by this four rivers, not just one direction, here, there, up, down. Basically, it's true. Straw in the four rivers. Straw? Yeah. Straw, whatever they want to call it. Straw, yeah, straw. Straw, situation. I just tried to introduce. Oh, no, I didn't make this up. It's already been said. There's nothing new to say. Everything's been said. I'm just repeating it. Not just that, you know, I was carried out by these four great rivers, tightly bound or bind, tightly bound in these four rivers, tightly bound by not your neighbors or your friends, no, by your actions, by our actions. What we think, what we say, what we do, our actions. Dogaliji Chiwa, Leji Chiwa Tambidams, you know. Actions become like rope that tightly bound us into this four great river. Danzi Chajit, that last one is hard to understand. Danzi, Dazin. When you say I, oh, I'm so happy. Well, that's good to say. I'm so happy. Huh? Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. We don't analyze. When you say I, you don't analyze. What do you mean I? What do you mean self? So there's, you know, another critical, you know, like piece of teaching in Buddhism. You know, so you can learn. You don't have to become Buddhist. You know, you don't have to become Buddhist. You can learn and study and just, you know, then think. Danzi, da-zi. Zin means grasping on self. Self. Tambu ngashi dala shenju. Tambu ngashi dala. First we become attached to I, you know. So then my. That's how the cycle or this rivers, you know, continues. It doesn't stop. It goes round like that. Danzin, da. What is self? What is self? What do you think? What is self? What is self? So much textbooks is written, all this kanjur, tenjur, that's like all this kanjur directly taught by Shakyamuni Buddha, tenjur, all the commentary by Indian Pandit, such as Nagarjuna, Asanga, Vasubandhu, all of that, They did so much research on that, how to define self. Just think about that, just think about a minute, just think about what is self. Somebody call, oh, John, you don't look good at all. How you feel? Your hair looks terrible. How dare you are commenting on my hair? My hair. Self. Grasping so tightly on something that we have no clue. It's important to just sometimes, not every day, sometimes just sit quietly and just think about, say self. What is self? This body is the sperm and egg that become this body. Sperm and egg. If you show somebody sperm and egg, or that's become your body, hard to believe how that will become your body. But that's exactly what it is, caused by that. Then something they think something, how's about that? Caused by what? Situation, self-grasping. Danzi chakji tawa buzuzu. Danzi chakji tawa means like iron cage. Iron cage. Am I making you depressed or no? Well, am I making you depressed? Yeah. Otherwise, how you are going to develop universal compassion? How? How you are going to develop? Question that if you are interested, that question needs to be answered, you or me, or like, how you are going to develop compassion? So that's the situations. From newborn child all the way to President of the United States. That's the conditions, situations. Now your understanding of problems go a little bit deeper. It's not just some kind of headache or like, it's not like, it goes a little bit deeper, So therefore, Four Noble Truth, the teaching they taught by Shakyamuni Buddha first after, when he was enlightened after 49 days, that he taught in Varanasi, the first teaching that he taught is about Four Noble Truth. Among those Four Noble Truths, first truth is truth of sufferings. If we don't understand the nature of suffering, or as I mentioned before, suffering doesn't mean pain, it means complications. If we don't understand the nature of sufferings, there will be no strong desire to liberate yourself from samsara. It will not take place because you don't understand the nature of sufferings. There will be no genuine interest will take place to seek freedom from liberations or moksha. So that's the ultimate goal. But day-to-day life, there are so many complications. Day-to-day life, how to free myself? Generally, freeing yourself from samsara, that's big goal. But how I can free myself day-to-day life from different problems, day-to-day life. So that's the just chuda chuochi junji dogalaji chiwan damje buzu marim majo mume sibachi chiwa dungatum jime. And those everybody lives are greatly influenced by First Noble Truth. First Noble Truth. Dunga demba. First Noble Truth. Dunga demba. Oh, like one day is kind of happy, then second day is unhappy, so then get so excited to eat Papa John pizza, so then not just eat that, eat tons of that. Next day, throw up. Change, suffering of change. Friday night, too much beer, the Saturday collapse. Something has changed. Get so excited to go to see Machu Picchu when you get there, kind of bored. Then worrying about going down. What is that? That's nature of samsara. That's what it is. So like then sometimes there's headache, there's pain. Then bottom line, because of this body. Yeah, problem do occur because of this body. This body problem do. Should I choose it? So now then you understand, when you look around, then you understand everybody lives greatly influenced by these three types of sufferings. Doesn't mean pain, it's complicated, three types of complications. Greatly influenced by that. So now you have some ground to develop compassion. If they are liberated, you don't need to show compassion because they are doing fine. If they are not liberated, so now the same now, So there's something, before you develop bodhicitta, there's something that needs to be understood. So now bodhicitta, what we call in Tibetan called pembe samba, pesim, pembe samba. Pem means benefit. Samba means mind that desire to benefit. Mind that wants to benefit. Oh, that mind is so powerful, it's so healthy. If you manage to generate that mindset, so your life will shine. Your life will shine. Your life will shine. Oh. So you understand cherishing other. So then self-cherishing, the biggest obstacles. Self-cherishing. Oh, my way, me, my way, all the time. Rani Jinji, so holding so tightly on yourself. But nothing wrong. Everybody's doing nothing wrong. What is the problem? The problem, it does not bring happiness. So now the question again, what is happiness? What is happiness? Drinking butter tea, that's happiness? Is that happiness? Drinking butter tea. You have any idea about butter tea? Tibetan drink butter tea. The tea, salt, milk, black tea, butter. 5 ingredients mixed together, a drink. Sounds like delicious or yucky? Happiness related to the physical body, the happiness related to the mind. Now question is, what is happiness? What is happiness? Going to Machu Picchu, is that happiness? Oh, I don't think so. Going to Cozumel, how's about that? Maybe that is happiness. Till you are bitten by a mosquito, then you know it's not happiness. Physical happiness generated by seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, touching. All the pleasure is generated by that. 5 senses considered as a physical happiness. Heavily dependent on object. Heavily dependent object. Longest object there, it happens. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. But this pleasure or whatever you call happiness is heavily dependent on external object. But external object does not guarantee, 100% guarantee that kind of pleasures. It's much more complications. So then happiness related to the mind by thinking does not rely on external object, does not require external object. It's just by thinking. That's bodhicitta, one of the bodhicitta, day and night. So biggest obstacle is cherishing yourself, Rani Jinjin Gubagunji goes, Rani Jinjin Gubagunji goes, Rani Jinjin. Oh, cherishing oneself, self-cherishing is like, like Jinjin Gubagunji goes, draw to all the problems. Draw to or draw off? Draw off or draw to all the problems. What do you think? Are they saying something that's correct or they're saying something that's incorrect? What do you think? If you are thinking all the time, if you are thinking just for your happiness, how that will happen? Your goal is just your happiness. When you look around, you just one. Number was you're just one. Everybody, there's more other people there. You are just one. If you think, oh, I'm the one in this room, how many people support that idea? How many people support that idea? If you think, oh, everybody, they are the one. Oh, everybody, they are precious. Every life is precious, no matter what they do. Buddhist, Christian, white, black, Tibetan, Asian, every life is precious. What do you get if you have this kind of mindset? What do you get? Immense benefit. Immense benefit. Oh, if you treat everybody something very precious, consider them something very precious, and treat them something very precious. Oh, so as I said, based on the connection that we have, so you may think, oh, there's no connection. There's connections. There's connections deeply rooted into loving kindness, compassion, care. That's how the connection is. There's no. If you think there's no connection, that's wrong. That's mistake. There is connections. So, as I mentioned that before, last Sunday, like 6 cause and 1 result. The instructions how to develop bodhicitta. So now, second one is like exchanging oneself with other. So the gentleman says like being in shoes, other people's shoes.
Other people's pants. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. That's why I said. I said other people's pants, so probably not good. So what do you say? Being other people's shoes. So exchanging oneself. So I'm just quoting some text from like Guru Puja, Lamrim part, Rani Chinzu Gubakunjigo, Manam Jesu Indekunjishis. Changing other is the source of all the qualities, all the mental qualities, cherishing others. Who has more friends? People who are kind compassionate, kind, loving. These people have more friends. People who are mean, negative, every word that comes from mouth is negative, every thought that pops up is negative, everything they do by physical body is negative. How many friends that person has? No, very little. When that person is like have something bad happen to that person, what other people say? Other people are kind of happy that happened to that person. There's nothing to do with Buddhism. There's nothing to do with bodhicitta. Just think about it. I'm just throwing this idea has already been said. I'm just throwing about something to you to think about. If you are seeking happiness, this how it's been done thousands of years ago. This how it's been done. To be happier. Less stress, less anxiety, less stress, less fear. So because you understand, understand the true situations of every breathing living beings. So then, then top of that, you understand everything change. Interest, mind, people's fashions, everything, hairstyle, clothes, everything change. Nothing remains forever, everything change. So you are fully aware. Right from the beginning, you are fully aware, everything change, people change, mind change, friend become enemy, enemy become friend, a stranger become friend, or like the friend becomes stranger, all of that, everything's happening. That's the nature. Nature. You are fully aware right from the beginning. If nothing is shocked, you are fully aware. You are fully aware that every life is greatly influenced by these four great strong rivers, tightly bound there by our actions. Situation refers to everybody, not just you, everybody. Ranichunzu kuwa kunji ko manavchunzu yunde kunji teshin dashin jebe nanjola, teshin dashin jebe no dakshin, dak, you, shin, other, je means exchange. Nanjo, that's like yoga, practice that helps you to have a practice exchanging oneself. Took that practice as your core practice, then your life will be, even though you are part of samsara, your life will be much easier. Much easier. Then you become, according to Lama Atisha, then you become like easygoing person. Easygoing? How you say easygoing? Yeah. Am I making any sense? Or am I making you bored? Huh? This everything I said has been said thousands of years ago. It's been said. If I can point to you, you can look at the book. It's exactly been written like that. Okay, so don't think that I just made it up last night. No, it's already made, already said. So now just think about. Meditation. Just think about people you don't like, people you label as an enemy, people you label as a stranger, people you label as a friend. Just think about these three things: enemy, stranger, friend, all of them. All of them. Meditation. If somebody asks you, do you want suffering? If somebody comes to you, asks you, do you want suffering? What do you say? Oh, yeah, you say, no, thank you, you don't want suffering. Then say again, how about slightly suffering? How about a little bit? What do you say? Yeah. That's the fact. Now you go ask somebody else, you ask them, do you want some problems or some suffering? What people say. And that ground, there's no difference between you've been asked, your answer is no, you ask someone else, their answer is no. Based on that, there's no differences. Same. Meditations. Just that one line, just that, meditation, doesn't mean anything. Do we really understand that? Yeah, so do we really understand that? Meditation. Oh. Somebody comes to you, are you content? What do you say? Are you content? Or you could say, it depends. Or you say, no, I'm not content. Are you satisfied what you have? Tough question. No, there will be no easy answer. What is the point here? We are not being content, satisfied, we don't have contentment, we don't have satisfactions. What we've been doing, what we've been, how you say? How you say? How you say? I'm not content.
I'm not satisfied.
I'm not satisfied. There's satisfaction. Contentment, satisfaction. Meba means there's no satisfactions. There's no satisfactions. When it comes down to happiness, there's no satisfactions. Is that true? Is that true? When it comes down to happiness, are we satisfied? In the text called Dela, De means happiness. Dela Namya actually means we will never satisfy by it's like by eating apple. Are you satisfied by eating apple? That's just an example. That's just an example. Are you satisfied by seeing something, smelling something, touching something, listening something, looking at something, color or shape, going here, going there? Are you satisfied? Yeah, probably more likely, generally speaking, answer will be no. Nobody, not just you, nobody satisfied by doing things. Nobody satisfied. And that ground same, you and other, there's no differences. Do we think like that every day? No. Life becomes complicated. If you think like that, when you look at your friend, if you see, oh, my friend is looking for happiness, trying to avoid slightly problems, that's the fact. So now, what do? You become the conditions for that, or you become obstacles. You, same thing, doing the same thing. Do that mean anything? Does that word carry some weight? No, we think always ourselves. We don't think other people, we think ourselves. Or if somebody's crying for you, that's okay, that's absolutely fine, there's nothing wrong. If you have to cry for someone else, there's big problems. If somebody's cleaning, that's good. If there's somebody asks you to clean, oh, now there's big problems. There's serious things, very serious things. That require a lot of meetings. Sit down, schedule everything, like that. Like that, attitude. Transform. So that's been doing that, cherishing yourself. Since I was born, I've been doing that. What I get, nothing. Now, cherishing others, maybe that's different approach. Maybe life will become much happier. Cherishing others. Look at Mother Teresa. Doesn't matter if Buddhist or not Buddhist. Look at Mother Teresa. How much she gives. What you can expect from those people? Nothing. They have no education, no power, no money, no wealth, nothing. They're just laying down the street. Like rejected by society. What do you get? Nothing. No wealth, no money, nothing. Something that you get, there's no price. Happiness. Cherishing others. The most desperate one, cherishing them and seeing them as a precious jewel. The precious jewel. So, there are texts, there's many texts here. So every problem that we face has solutions. It's not like there's no solution. There are solutions, but it's not easy. There are solutions. All right, so there you go. That's like now, I try to reach on Tonglen practice so today, so to finish a little bit. So my point here is, in order to develop bodhicitta, first we have to have some understanding about the whole situations of everybody. Life, like as I mentioned, greatly improved by 4 great rivers, so then tightly bound in that, by actions, so then 3 types of, like suffering, all of that. They just need to understand the situation. Otherwise, compassion will not reach. Your compassion will not reach everybody. Your compassion will reach only people that you consider as loved one, close one, friend. That then not to strangers, not the enemies. First, you need to understand. So that's why I'm just saying those things. So then, now, So just think about it. In order to develop bodhicitta, self-cherishing mind become the most obstacles. Opening up, giving, and I said, no, when I say self-cherishing mind, what do you think? What do you think? Self-cherishing mind. Is it good or bad? In the West, when you say self-cherishing, that's like refers to good thing or bad thing?
Narcissism.
Huh?
Narcissism.
Narcissism?
Self-cherishing can be taken to the extreme, can be called narcissism, which is not good.
Not good. Selfish is good or not? Selfish is not used for good things. Selfish. Oh, you are very selfish. That means you don't care about other people's happiness. Huh? Selfish. When you people say selfish, does that means like that you don't care about other people's happiness? Yeah, so that's when I say self-cherishing means, when I say word self-cherishing, that's what I mean. Exactly like that. Not like, of course you have to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, so then life has no purpose. You have to take care of yourself, of course. That's when I say self-cherishing, rani jinjin, I mean selfish. Somebody dying for your happiness, oh, that's fine. You have no feeling at all. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, rani jinjin, rani cheba zumbi chone this, rani cheba zumbi chone this. Rani cheba zumbi chone is like considered as a chronic disease. Chronic disease? Need to see. That's why life becomes more complicated. All the problems. Oh, we blame, like, oh, that's because of him, because of her, because of neighbors, because of government, because of society, because of this system, that system. Yeah. Then, as I mentioned before, you are so uncomfortable because your hat, not the hat you wear, hat. So tight. That's why you are very uncomfortable, unhappy. Then you keep changing your shirt. That's not going to help, because shirt is not the one that's causing you unhappy. This head is too tight. You need to change that instead of buying new shirt to waste some money. Target is right here. You are shooting over there. Thief came to your house, run away in the forest. You are looking in the open field. Like that. Are we doing that? Are we doing that? So just think about it. Just do it. Maybe we know, like we are not aware that the uncomfortable discomfort is causing by tightness of the head. We keep changing our shoes. So need to rethink. Don't think, oh, that's the normal thing. That's what you do. Whenever you feel uncomfortable, you keep changing shoes. That's what has been said. That's how it's been said in the West. You just keep changing shoes. Meanwhile, it's not going to help. Not just West, sorry, not just West, everywhere. Are we doing this? So now, selfish attitude, that's the one causing all the problems. What do you think? What do you think? Rani jinjin, guba kunjingo, guba means, problems. Do you agree? Do you agree? The other side, manam chijin, cherishing other. It's a draw to all the qualities, all the wonderful things, cherishing other, draw to all the wonderful things. So you cherish me, I cherish you, everybody cherish everybody here. Nobody will harm nobody. Nobody will harm nobody. Now everybody understands, everybody needs to be loved, care. Oh, you treat, you give, you cherish them. So you cherish them, then your life will be much better, much better. cherishing others. You have this mind very strong, very fresh, very much live. You cherish others. It doesn't matter American, Tibetan, Asian, Indian, Buddhist, Christian. No, doesn't matter why you care. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Giving, cherishing anybody is good things. Good things. Cherishing anybody, even the dog, cat, is good things. Oh. Cherishing others is the good things. Oh. Do we really understand that? Cherishing others is not all the happiness. Cherishing others. Oh. So this is very important. Oh, so when you're about to get irritated or angry, just think about that person, very person you're about to get irritated, that person is looking for happiness every single second. Exactly like you. Everybody, we all have choice. We all have choice. We make choice every day. Oh, 5 minutes ago you are having great time. 5 minutes ago you are having great time eating breakfast together. All of a sudden talk something like politics or whatever, you know. So something. Your friend says something that you don't agree, and you say something, you know, that this become like louder and louder. It doesn't require much to destroy our happiness. It does not require much to destroy our happiness like that. This is a day-to-day life challenge. Day-to-day, okay. So then I kind of roughly finish. How to develop bodhicitta based on 6 causes and 1 result. Through that instructions, how to develop bodhicitta. So then the second one, exchanging oneself with others, that's much more difficult one. Changing ourselves with others. Okay. So now maybe there's few minutes left. So then I'll go through the Tonglen practice. Oh. So probably, you know, a lot of you probably heard this word many times. It's like giving and taking practice. Giving and taking practice. Tonglen. Tong, sent. How the giving has been done in Buddhism, how the giving has been done. Giving is done by loving kindness. Loving kindness. Out of loving kindness. Not out of obligation, out of fear. You just give out of loving kindness. No, you give. Oh. Tong, you give. You send. It's not like, no, or if you practice bodhicitta, once you develop bodhicitta, all the problem will disappear. That's not the case. All the problem will not disappear. Oh, that's not the point. The point is you just have compassion. That's the point. You have just compassion. No matter where you look, every breathing, living being, you see something precious. Something precious. Before you don't see that, so now you see that. Every living being is something precious. And you will never ever, any circumstance, you will never ever harm any beings. So that will be guaranteed. That will be happiness. You know? It doesn't mean, this whole America will be empty of problem. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. No, everything is happening based on reason. It's not because you are morally responsibility what out there's happening. No, everybody has their own. Everybody is responsible for their own environment. Perceptions, reflection of their mind. Oh. So then only, like you give out of loving kindness. What is love? What is love? What is love? Huh? What is love? So you say, I love apple. You wish apple to be happy? Maybe apple is going through a lot of problems. Sometimes the word people use doesn't make sense. Anyways, like love is not chamba. chamse, ko chamse, loving kindness, chamse, Tibetan ko chamse. In Buddhism, the love, love is like somebody is struggling to get something, to be happy. To be happy. Then you become conditioned for that. Then you can say, I love. Then you can say, I love you. You can say, because you are there when that person is struggling to get something, to be happy or healthy, so then you help that. Then you can say, genuinely, sincerely, you can say, I love you. It does nothing to do with look or color or shape. It's simply that you are helping that person. Oh, sincerely, genuine. That's what love means, Compassion. When you say, I have compassion, that means like you are struggling to overcome from something in order to be happy, then you are there to help the person to overcome whatever the difficult might be. So then you can say, I have compassion. I have compassion for you. Otherwise, it just become word between lips, compassion. So you send, you just sit there, you just send. Tong, you just send, out of loving kindness, you just send. Your loved one, friends, you just send, Lu dan longje, Lu, body, longje, possessions. Getza, married. 3 times married, created by you, saying something nice, thinking something positive, doing something wonderful. This creates merit, which is the cause of happiness. You manifested all your goodness. 3 times married, your body, your possessions, you transform that into something that somebody needs. Water, food, clothes, road, transportations, roof, whatever they need. You're just sitting there, you're imagining, you're transforming your body, your possessions, you're 3 times married, you're transforming into whatever they needed. You transform it. You transform whatever they need, you transform. Somebody needs company, you transform the company. Not the company that make money, no. Is a company? I say company? Yeah. Without attachment, you just give without attachments. How you say? You give without string? No string, not string attached. Unconditional. No string attached. Not string attached. If there's string attached, then it will pull you. You will be pulled. Simply chame tongsim, chakme without attachments. Pure give. Sincere, here in the West people say anonymous. Anonymous? No, I never heard that in Asia. When you come to West, that's really wonderful, There's wonderful things. People just want to be anonymous. They don't want to give. Chame tongsim. Oh. You give without attachment, you just give pure give. So may I able to finish the perfection of generosity practice. That has been done. It's not like you go for every person, ask them what you need. It's not like that. You just sit at home, that it has been done. Next time, then when you give, there's no problem. You have no problem giving something without, without the string attached. Yeah, without string attached. Oh, that's interesting. Without string attached. So that's how you give. Okay. So like then, when you breathe out of loving kindness, then you send all the goodness. You send all the goodness. When you breathe out, you send all the goodness. Tong, sending. Land, now taking. So that is a little bit, people sometimes misunderstood. As we mentioned before, selfish attitude, that's chronic disease. Because of that, all the problems occur. Just analyze. Please just analyze in your day-to-day life. Analyze. Or cherishing others, how much pain that causes, or cherishing myself, how much problem that brings. Just analyze. Don't need to go to Mount Everest to do that. You can do here, Don't go to Mount Everest to do it, you can do here. So, going to shopping, like just whenever you interact with the people, analyze that, analyze. Oh, then So, then when you look, then when you imagine just sitting there, then when you breathe in, when you inhale, inhale. When you exhale out of loving kindness, exhale all your goodness. Oh, then see that just, like just imagine that the people get whatever they needed and just rejoice. Rejoice. That's called tong. Then now taking problem that related to the physical body, other beings' problem that related to the physical body. When you breathe in, you take in, just visual, just take in. Minute you take in, just imagine all your physical problems disappear. See, all your physical problems disappear. When you take in, and all your physical problems disappear. The same, when you breathe in second time and think all the problems that relate to the speech, then you breathe in and all the problems that are created by speech for yourself disappear. It's clear? Is it clear? Same, when you breathe in, third time when you breathe in, all the problems that relate to the mind, you breathe in of others. You breathe in, then visualize all the problems that are created by your mind disappear. One way to do. You can do that. According to that, you breathe 3 times. The inhale 3 times, body, speech, mind. Or general way of doing it. You just breathe in all the problems. And people, sometimes say, "Oh, that's kind of hard because I have tons of problems. I don't think I can breathe everybody else's problems." But you are not taking on yourself. But you are the one who's doing it. But you are taking that on this selfish mind, which is chronic disease. Then you have to visualize. You take that. You can make any form. The selfish mind. You can make any form. You take that on that minute it comes on that, then you have to visualize it disappears. That disappears. Okay? Make sense? That's a general way of doing online practice. When you breathe in, you can do it individually, body, speech, mind, or you can just breathe out of loving kindness. Breathe all the goodness. You breathe in all the problems. You breathe in not only yourself, on this attitude, selfish attitude, then disappear. Okay, that's how to do. Or there's another choice. So you do taking part for your loved one, close one, friend. It's easier taking their problems. Did you practice that? Your friend going through so much, like so much problems. Then you imagine that. So then you breathe in, then you take in. So then you do that, When you become quite good at that, so then you move to the strangers. Strangers, practice that. When you become good at that, so then you slowly do it like person that you consider as enemy. What do you think? Is it possible? Just look at me. When I first came in this country, I don't know how to type. Then one of the senators were teaching me, the goal is typing without looking at the keyboard and type. I said, that's impossible. How are you going to do it? I said, that's impossible because you don't know where the key is. Then you're telling me now type, that the goal is to typing that without looking at the keyboard. I said, that's impossible. Now it's no longer impossible. It's very possible. It's very interesting. Then they teach like JMJ or something like that. Then she said, even though you are not in the front key, You just immediately, like, oh, here, Steve, here, come. She's the one who taught me. Steve just show up. She's the one who told me how to type. I'm just telling the stories. James, so James just like that. So now I can type pretty well. So now new monk came. I'm trying to teach them how to type. I'm looking at them. How come you don't see it? I already put this J here. Why are you looking here? It's here. It's like hard to believe. Like, can you see J here? It's not just first time. I already pointed you 4 or 5 times. Now you're looking here. That's exactly what happened to her, probably. So then, you kind of like get upset, irritated. So then you show. So like, Komna Lama Machu, so Shanti Deva said, if you make familiar yourself, anything that there's nothing that does not become familiar. If you manage to tolerate small difficulties, then you learn how to tolerate bigger difficulties. Shanti Deva, if you read the Shanti Deva books, that books have been written around 3rd century or 6th century. It's already been written. If you look at that book, you find exactly what I said. Like if you put some effort to try to learn something, we will learn. It's a matter of time. We'll learn. Oh, yeah. So there's Tonglen, Tonglen. So you can combine with breathing meditations. You breathe out, exhale, send out, breathe out of loving kindness. So then just imagine something. Imagine that everybody, whatever they need, you transform your body, your body, your possessions, your 3-time merit, you transform that into whatever people need. You transform that and just imagine they got, they received and rejoice. Then inhale out of compassion. Inhale. It can be done, as I said, done individually, body, speech, mind, in general. And the practice, like if you are like overwhelmed, then you can do it, your friend, your close one, your parents, whoever going to difficult, you can do that. Then slowly transform into the strangers. So then slowly transform into the enemies, So then it's very like, how is a very like important piece of practice that helps you immensely, So then your whole perception of world will change. Whole perceptions, perceptions. Oh, well, then you see every being. Of course, there's so many beings, but every human. Isn't that wonderful? That if you see every human is like something very precious. Well, isn't that wonderful? Well, yeah. But you are fully capable. But it requires some effort, so daily basis. If you are able to see every beings, every humans are something very precious. Can you imagine that what it does for your life? Can you imagine that? Every human they use is something very precious. Rajin Yembe Simjenam, 8 verses, thought transformation. The 4th stanza, Rajin Yembe Simjenams. Didu Tabi, whenever you see, so that like that we do know intellectually, you get so much benefit, but we don't practice. The problem is we don't practice. Rajin Yembe Simjenam, somebody's out there so much, like say, how is it, like agitated by something, somebody did something, like acting so mean. What we see? Yeah, of course we see somebody's mean, unkind, very disturbed. That's what we see. That's all we see. It's not there's not very special way of seeing it because everybody sees that, generally speaking. If you manage to see, oh, I found a piece of jewel, jewelry, piece of jewelry, yeah, piece of jewelry, a piece of diamond. How often we feel when we see irritated person that we feel that you find piece of diamond. If you feel that you find piece of diamond, that brings joy. Oh, but it's very hard. It's hard. It's hard. But if you make yourself familiar, slowly, little by little, yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible. Then no matter what people act, what people say, doesn't bother you because your whole perception will change. Your perception is totally changed. You choose not to look at them as a negative mindset. You deliberately choose to see them something very precious. Nobody, people say something, doesn't mean anything. People say you don't look good or say pizza, same thing. People say, oh, your hair doesn't look good. For you, oh, somebody just say pizza. Yeah, somebody just say pizza. Why you get angry? Somebody say pizza. You don't get angry. Because all your perceptions, reflection by sound, shape, color, smell, tactile, everything's been changed. Everything's been changed. Everything's been changed, Everything's been changed, So then, can you imagine that if you can do that, whenever you see the unruly beings around there, if you feel, you don't have to say, oh, I find piece of diamond, no need to say. But if you feel you find piece of diamond, your mind is well armored. Your mind is well protected because you built armor. No matter what people say, Or somebody say, oh, you are so great. What that means? It means really nothing. Or if somebody says, oh, you are so terrible looking. What it means? It means really nothing. It means same thing. It means same thing. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean same thing. Oh, so Tonglen. Okay. So then maybe maybe next Sunday. So maybe I will touch maybe again a little bit about Tonglen. So Tonglen. So that's how you do practice. Oh, breathe out in, breathe out in. So then loving kindness and breathe in. Compassion. So then, I think you feel that your life has purpose. You are doing something, then you feel like you are doing something meaningful. Then you don't say, oh, my life has no meaning. Oh, my life has no purpose. Yeah, your life has meaning, is meaningful, then you feel that your life has purpose. Then your own existence, your presence is very important. So important, because you are doing something. Even though you live in Himalayan mountain, middle of nowhere, your heart filled with joy. Heart filled with joy. The joy or satisfaction, contentment does not come from doing things. We've been doing things all the time. I've been doing things since I was born. So not like American people, but according to my lifestyle, I've been doing something, not doing things. But like chasing donkeys. Chasing donkey. I used to believe when I was like 12 years old, chasing a donkey will bring a lot of happiness. I chase donkey. Then sometimes when the donkey kicks you here, then it doesn't bring happiness. Yeah, so like chasing that all the time and doing all kinds of things does not guarantee happiness. But these teachings, if you practice, it guarantees happiness. Okay? Oh yeah. Yeah. So thank you very much, and maybe see you next Sunday.
In the Gold Prayer Book, turn to page 246. We'll read the dedication prayer by Master Shantideva. 246. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome pears bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then you two remain to dispel the miseries of the world. And go to page 244 and 245. And read the short, long life prayers. First one, for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Then on the other side, the one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Awatare, the one with great position who spread the teachings of Lama Tsokapa on bliss and void, Lama, ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. And then back on the other side, you uphold the subdurer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majana's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and your others, your disciples. Please live long. Om tare tu re so ha. 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 Om tare tu re so ha.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Denise. I have an announcement to invite you to several events related to what Geshe was talking about, keeping positive thoughts in our mind, to review materials that keep those positive thoughts in mind, related to the rhythm of virtue. For example, just walking. I will offer kindness, a gentle, thoughtful refuge. This non-judgmental spirit calms my heart as well. So many examples of that. In 2 weeks from today, you can stay after the teachings, and we're going to play with rhythm as a way to remind us to think our positive thoughts. And there are some words from Geshe on the back here too. We'll set up 6 stages to do a little circuit. Be fast-paced for 2 hours. There's a flyer up on the communications wall that has all of these dates, so you can just take a picture with your phone. There'll be an email coming out. It's also on the calendar, and there's more information behind the calendar date. So 2 weeks from today, there's an interactive open house. The week after that, we're going to have a book launch celebration with the tea. And then in October, November, December, there'll be 3 workshops that you can come and go more in depth on the material, all offered proceeds to Kadampa Center. Anything else you want to say? It's available in the bookstore. Yes, it is. Yes, again, it's available in the bookstore. And what else did I forget? Yes, ma'am.